Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along. It is Monday evening. Everything is back to normal. Everyone's back to work and all that enjoyable / not enjoyable stuff, depending on how you feel about your own job and work. And obviously the Christmas period is all over and all that sort of thing. So people may be feeling a little bit blue today, but hopefully you're all good. Hopefully you're feeling fit, feeling good. Hopefully you're well rested after the Christmas period. Hopefully you had a good new year. And hopefully you're all set, ready to go for tonight's action, which is going to be interesting, quite tough, difficult, tense, and I think an awful lot of patience is going to be required for this one, but it should be good fun nonetheless. So it's good to see a number of you popping here into the live stream already. Hello Jensen, hello Nicholas, Chris as well. It's good to see you all, and anyone else who's coming in and joining the live stream, do say hi. It'd be great to hear from you, and yeah, thank you very much for tuning in here for tonight's action. It's the European Le Mans Series. We are at Imola, and if Imola isn't difficult enough with cold tyres, the track temperature is 10.5 degrees here in this race, with an air temperature of 16 degrees, because we are starting in the early hours of the morning in game time. So yeah, stuff is difficult. Stuff is tricky. Of course, the pit crew, thank you very much for your constant support and joining in. If you want to become a pit crew member or a member of the channel, make sure to click that join button down below. That's £5 a month. And there are a whole bunch of various different benefits that you'll gain access to for your support. And of course, the support will be always appreciated. But nonetheless, we have this round 3. I need to try and work my way up a little bit higher in the overall standing, so I'm hoping to get a good result here this evening. Pace has felt pretty good in practice, however, it's difficult to tell where I am in comparison to other people because I've not been able to properly compare against other drivers. I haven't seen that many other drivers. And interestingly, there's only 8 of us in the LMP3 class here in this race, so hopefully we'll get ourselves a good result. Definitely be on the podium. This is split 1 as well, by the way. Let's go ahead and bring up the game and all that stuff so you can see as well. Here we go. And yes, we're in. Just getting ready for the start of session. Make sure I've got fuel load and everything set. Ready to go for our qualifying session here, because Imola is quite a difficult circuit to actually overtake on, and therefore we will require a good starting position. Hopefully we can convert on a nice result. But it's good to see a number of different drivers in here from various different multi-class, different series or different car classes. We've of course got the LMP3s that we're driving. There's also GT3s and there's also LMP2s. So yeah, I'm expecting this to be absolute chaos because this is going to be tricky trying to find our way past the GT3 cars in a number of different places around this track. Anyway, let's go ahead and get ourselves out onto the circuit and get things rolling, because it's going to take us a few laps here to warm up the tyres. So I'm going to head out now, right at the start of the session, and basically just try and keep running throughout the session. The key thing is obviously going to be to avoid damaging the tyres. So hopefully we can do that. I've got a bit of hair in my mouth. But this should be a dry race from start to finish. So we're just going to take our time building up the tyre temperature, take it easy for a few laps. Let those tyres start to settle in a bit. And then we can push a little bit more, hopefully for the last couple of laps, because it does take a good 4 or 5 laps around here for the tyres actually to come up to proper temperature. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting one. It's going to be interesting as well with the race strategy. Excuse me, the race strategy, as there may be a benefit to not changing the tyres depending on what the pace is like in the race and what the pace drop-off is going to be. Hello, Chris's daughter, Alia. Hello to you too. Bless her. Not busy Chelsea, Man United or Celtic managers. I haven't been keeping up with football. I mean, I don't really watch football. Anyway, so I don't really know what's going on there. The only football that I watch is the American kind, the American football. More of a motorsport and rugby fan, personally. Used to play football, but kind of stopped. When was it? When I was 17, and even then I didn't really watch it all that much. Obviously, I'd watch the England games and like the big games and that sort of thing, but although Southampton was kind of my team because that's where I'm originally from, I was never really big into watching football. Although Man United was a team that I did support when I was much younger, until I realised I probably shouldn't be glory hunting and actually support the home city's team. FPS is quite good. It looked like there's a few little frame drops that I just looked up in the top right hand corner, and FPS is saying 200 frames per second, so shouldn't really be much of an issue here. At least not in qualifying. But yeah, as you can see at the moment, it's going quite steady. We're not really hustling or pushing the car too much, just trying to build that temperature. Making sure I avoid any situations where I'm locking up the tyres. I'll stop the music. Hopefully, with there only being 8 of us in the class, I'm hoping that we can get ourselves a solid podium here. So it all depends on what the pace is of the other guys and girls in the same car class actually is. Some are pushing a little bit harder than others at this point. It's fine. Leon's the main one that I want to beat. There's a name that I do recognise. It's part of the Jardier racing community. So he is going to be my target. Less than 5.5 minutes to go, 3.5 laps of fuel remaining. I need to start getting on a little bit more here. Especially as there's always a chance of invalidating a lap with track limits. So we've got to stay focused, stay clean. Whilst at the same time pushing. Some stutters there. Which hasn't really helped us. Right, everyone's going to be improving here. 40.5. 1, 3, 4, 6. Right, we've got 3 laps now. Let's try and push a little bit more and see if we can actually do something here. Get a little bit higher up the grid. Tyre temperatures still aren't quite there where I want them yet, as of yet. definitely a number of places where there is more time. Down here is certainly one of those spots. Everyone else is going to continue improving, so whilst we may be going onto a provisional pole with this lap, everyone else is going to be going quicker as well, so keep that in mind. Cool. Gotta be careful with the track limits there. Thankfully we got away with it. .39.8 is, oh, sorry, 38. I think 38.5 is my fastest. So hopefully we can get ourselves in for that. Still don't quite have the grip and confidence there at the moment. Oh, wide. Good middle sector. Purple so far. Oh, a bit hesitant getting on throttle there off the exit though. Should have one more lap here. So we go provisional pole. That's better. Still not purple in the first sector, but that's fine. It's time here. I had to hesitate a little bit there. Car rotating on the curb. Oh, throwing it all away. Just got a little bit too greedy on the throttle there, coming off the exit of the chicane, but still, if we hold that pole position in class, that would be great. Be nice to dictate the pace. Ah, oh, Leon's just pipped me. Damn it. Someone else does as well. God damn it. Well, that's going to make it an interesting race, that's for sure. I reckon we could have had pole as well. We held it together in the chicane, and if we had got a good run coming off that final corner, I reckon that would have been the 2.5 tenths that I would have needed for pole position. Still, P3, can't complain too much. Take you on a look. Gianluca. Hope you're all good. Hopefully we will have a good race. That's the plan. So appreciate the well wishes. That.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
Yep, everything looks all good there. I think should be all good on everything else here. Take brand new tires for the beginning of the race. I do want to grab this, however. We shall see if we save the lap or not. I believe we're all set. Ready? But yeah, cold temperatures in this race, guys, so this is going to be it's going to be tricky, especially the first few laps. Hopefully we can avoid any chaos at the start and have a nice clean race. We need that much. Saying 7 litres. And then we'll see about the tyres later on. Because I'm unsure on the tyre front as to whether we'll change tyres in the pit stop or not, because the warm-up period is going to be absolutely horrible.
Formation lap has started.
Right, here we go. Hopefully we can have ourselves a nice clean one. Hopefully the LMP2s in front of us behave. Plenty of heat in those brakes. Hopefully that will fade into the rim as well. Okay, here we go. Getting ourselves ready now. Onto the pit limiter.
Green flag, green flag.
Right, let's go. Green light. Looks like we lost one position already. So I'm just going to take it nice and easy at the start here. Retake our spot. Lovely jubbly. So far so good from everything in front. Oh, not a good chicane. bit slow off the exit there. I have to go a little bit defensive here. Steady. I only drop back a little bit here from the cars in front. I shouldn't have looked mid-corner. That's cost him big time. And that's given us a bit of relief from the pressure there. Focus on trying to catch the cars in front as there's contact behind and two cars spinning off. Yeah, that's given me a nice gap to the cars behind. That's good. Flying from the UK to 6 hours of Imola this year, can't wait. Nice, Steve. Is that for European Le Mans Series or is that for WEC? And 6 hours to Imola, really? That seems like an unusually long flight to Italy. Depends on where you're flying from, I guess. Oh, the race is 6 hours of Imola. I gotcha. So yeah, whack. My bad. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, I misread. You have to be relatively careful with track limits. It's not too bad here in this championship because they're not as strict as they are in the WEC Experience one, but they are a bit more forgiving. But still, I want to obviously avoid picking up any penalties through that if I can. Being careful with the throttle there coming off the chicane because it's, as we saw in quali, quite easy to spin up the rear tyres. Just trying to manage the tyres at the moment and the pace keep up with those guys in front. How am I still got rookie badge? Thought you got rid of that the other day. That's a good point, Jensen. I did get rid of it. I am meant to be a trusted driver now. I don't know why it's gone back to rookie. Either way, can't really be too bothered about that. Now, the interesting thing with this multi-class race is it's not so much the GT3 traffic we have to worry about. Obviously, we do when we catch up to them, but we probably only get them maybe probably once, or at least once, maybe twice. in this race, whereas the LMP2s, they're going to be catching and passing us 2-3 times in this race, I reckon. So it's more the faster class coming through is where the ebbs and flows of multi-class traffic is going to be coming in this one. And Liam, this is the European Le Mans Series online championship. Oh, Remy's just about pipped us to the fastest lap of the race there. Only marginally, by 0.02 of a second. No fuel saving in this one. It's pretty much a straight push. We can do a little bit of fuel saving if we really wanted to, but the guys up in front aren't, and I want to be keeping pace with them. So the fuel saving, if we do any, will likely be in and around multi-class traffic. Yep, pretty close to locking in a couple of spots. I can feel it in my pedals before I hear it, so I've got a bit of an early warning system, as it were. As to when I'm right on the edge of the tyre's grip. This is a good lap. Pulling nicely away from the cars behind, so this is pretty much a straight fight for the podium here. Just need to not be doing what we were doing in Paul Ricard, just having silly unnecessary spins. Liam, I'm using a set of Simagic P1000s, and now I've got the Simagic Neo haptic rumble motors on the throttle and brake pedal, and it's those that I get the extra feel and information with regards to locking and stuff on. Certainly seems like I'm a little bit quicker than those two in front of us going through the chicane. Take it a little bit more aggressively than they do. Oh shit. The race is actually longer than I thought it was. So it's not 18 laps that we're going to need in the stop. Instead it looks like about 22 instead. That was my silly fault. I put in an hour and 30 minutes rather than an hour and 40. Oh, Leon dipping a wheel into the gravel. Leon's got some nice pace here. And yeah, these LMP3 cars are great to drive. Yeah, Leon's got some good consistent pace. He's obviously got P2 now right behind him, applying some pressure, but certainly found a good setup, this one. Don't know what he was like in the previous round at pull Ricard, but at Le Mans, we certainly had some good pace. Although I think it picked up damage. 1 point, which is, I think, what allowed us to get past him. I vaguely recall off the top of my head. Right, LMP2s are going through the GT3 traffic now. Oh, slight luck up there on the inside left. I think we're doing okay, though. Yep. Highway is looking good at the moment. I could tell if it's a front or rear lock. Kind of feel it through the force feedback / hear it. Usually if it's a rear lock, then the car wants to rotate and spin. If it's a front tyre that's locking, then you tend to go straight. And I've got the brake bias a little bit more forwards than it is rearwards. So it's going to be a front tyre that's locking. Starting to lose a little bit of ground now to the cars in front. They've picked up that pace a little bit more, but trying to protect tyre a little bit. No problem. There we go. Did wonder when we were going to start getting into the 39s. People are starting to do it now. Just trying to play a relatively patient game here. Not really bothered about being right up onto the back of the two cars in front, because one of them makes a mistake. I've obviously got a little bit more room to actually react to that, potentially get a run on one of them and make a move. So consistent between the three of us. Lapping really close lap times. Do you have more pace? Potentially a little bit. A couple more attempts maybe, if I really wanted to try and push, but at the moment, kind of happy running at this pace. I don't really feel there's any need to be pushing too much harder. Especially if we can look after the tyres. Hello, Stefano. This is Le Mans Ultimate, doing the European Le Mans Series online championship race, and that's a little wide. Silly little messy chicane there. Right, in 2-3 laps time, we're going to start to have LMP2s come in. So we can close up and ram me up in front. That would be ideal. So we may be in a position to try and make a move if the LMP2s interfere and take away the corner from one of them in one of their spots around the track. Can be fairly difficult to drive and talk consistently, but fairly used to it. I think I just picked up the throttle a little bit too hard and ran out wide on the exit of the chicane there on that previous lap. And yeah, Imola is a good track. It's not my favourite. The biggest problem with it is it's so difficult to overtake on. There's only really one overtaking spot, which is coming down into turn 2. Down here, because this left-handed kink here is turn 1. Then you're into the braking zone for turn 2. It's that there is probably the best overtaking opportunity around the track. And then the next best one is coming into this upcoming hairpin. If they make a mistake coming off the exit of that corner there, could maybe send a move down the inside here. And then the only other spot where it's kind of possible is into the second to last corner. Right, here comes the LMP2s. Or at least the race leader of the LMP2s. Leon's got some good pace. I'm kind of glad that I didn't qualify on pole now, because that would have made it tricky. I don't want them sending it here on the inside. It's exactly what they do anyway. Because yeah, that cost me time. And now I'm going to get a free pass on LMP2, on P2 without interfering in their pace. And probably past Leon, a class leader, relatively easy as well. Oh, and P2 made a mistake there in that chicane. Bit of understeer there in the hairpin. Hopefully this LMP2 waits for after these next two right-handers. Yeah, too far back anyway. It's going to have the drive coming up the hill here, so you'll pass this easy. Still close to that. Here comes Jardier. Should get us here on this straight before the braking zone. Just about slips through. Had to lift a little bit there to kind of facilitate it, but meant that I minimised my time loss. This is going to work out nicely here for us. This will be a good healthy time gain on P2 if I can actually make the corner properly. Leon's not really lost any time. Or LMP2 send it down the inside of P2. This is beautiful for us. Yeah, I'm going to get a bit of slipstream though. Oh, I've got to be careful. I don't want to Shinoda it on that curb. This is quite easy to do. Oh my god. I've just seen a huge train of LMP2s behind us. There's about 5 of them, all line astern. This is going to be horrible. Once one starts coming through, the rest are going to want to immediately follow. There is a bit of a gap. Can let that guy go through and settle in on the racing line before the rest come. That's worked out alright in the end. Okay. We survived. So that is all of the LMP2s through. Indeed, frantic stuff. Leon has really benefited from all this as well. We've lost quite a bit of time, both myself and P2. to Leon with all those LMP2s coming through on us. Aha, GT3 up in front. Interesting, so we're just catching the back of them now. Oh, GT3 off. And here is a problem because the LMP3s don't quite have the straight line speed to easily pass GT3 cars. We more have downforce. And that's how we make up our lap time. Like, look at this. Thankfully, that BMW lifted and let us clear them before we got to the braking zone. But yeah, the straight line speed is pretty similar to between the two classes, which makes passing a little bit more difficult for us. It's not quick and easy. Well, we are a lighter car than the GT3s, so the weight works in our favour. Ah, you mean in terms of, yeah, cornering speed and lap time difference there. Good point. So yeah, for us it's more about carrying the speed off the corners to pass them. It's a little bit more difficult to do on these slower speed ones. Something like that. That was scary. Oh, Leon's had issues. He's lost a whole chunk of time, like a good second or so. Through the chicane there. Wonder what happened. Actually, maybe not. It looked like he lost a load of time. Steady. This is working out beautifully for us. This guy's struggling to get past. Hopefully the Porsche's giving us the inside. It's a bit slower than I was expecting there at the apex. Look how painful this is. And I'm not going to get this BMW before the braking zone of this next chicane, and we're going to lose a ton of time coming through here. This is one of those spots where our silent P3 cars are so much quicker than the GT3s. So I've got to try and time it instead. And even then it's going to be tricky trying to get past before this corner. Thankfully they back out to let us go. Halfway through the first stint. The question is, do we go for a tyre change or not? Oh, P2's off. That's a freebie. Trying to get desperate, getting past those GT3s. I'll take that. See if we can get after Leon a bit. 4.5 seconds. I'm not going to get this BMW before these next couple of corners. It's going to be painful. Managed to get on through and hold the position, but lost a chunk of time there. Bit of cadence braking for you there. Locking that inside front. Alright, cement in this position. Now we really need to get after Leon. Crucial moment like this with the traffic is where we can really gain some time. Although this is going to be difficult picking our way through 4 GT3s here with no gap between them. If we can get one, that would be great. That's a bit messy. But we did get one. And another. Yeah, I know. Thankfully, I know it's nothing to be alarmed about. It's just a little bit annoying and a little bit distracting. Oh, he's letting us go. Oh, you absolute legend. Thank you very much. Cheers, Such. Slightly screwed himself over there, but he's held on to the position, at least. Five more GT3s. Right behind, went a little bit wide on the exit. It's cost them a couple of attempts. Right, can we get this Porsche before turn 2? No, is the answer here. Oh, LMP2's coming through there as well. Just to make things even more chaotic. Gotta both pay attention in front and behind. Oh, don't come back across my nose. One hour to go. Still a long way. Hey, door. Indeed it is at the moment. Just need to see if we can close in on Leon in front. We usually have the pace over him, but tonight he's very quick. Doing well. That was a little hairy. An MP2 coming through that. No, I don't think it's that Leon. Actually, it might be. I'm not entirely sure. But it's Leon from Jardio's racing community. One of his mates who he tends to sit on Discord with. Remy's picked up a little bit of pace here. Am I changing tyres? I don't know. If I change all 4, I lose 12 seconds. Plus... about 4 or 5 seconds on the first lap. About 3 seconds on the second lap. 2 seconds on the third. And that gap continues to deplete a little bit more, whereas at the moment... pace is good enough to stay in the 39, so I'm leaning towards not changing tyres. Yeah, the cold tyre warm-up is brutal around here tonight. Track temp is 10.6 degrees C. It will get warmer because the sun is rising. But still, it's a chilly one. And Imola's not really a circuit where tyres properly get up to temperature anyway. God, Remy is good through Aqua Minerale there. Leon's lost a ton of time again. That was a silly little mistake there. Just about nipping on through. And P3's got held up behind, and he's got LMP2s coming as well. That's pretty crucial for us. Oh, that's giving us a nice, lovely 2-second gap to breathe with. Right, need to start closing in on Leon up in front. Oh, Def behind. Well, Remy's gone. That's relieved an awful lot of pressure. Lap 28, we'll need to double check that. Remember that, chat? If you can, please. We'll have a look to see what happened in the replay. Now it's a straight hunt for Leon in front. There you go, actually made that corner that time. Oh, first track limits. Ah, P7 and LMP2. Still more LMP2s. Ah, and that LMP2's gone into the pits. The one that's behind us. Hey TC. TPC. Please get me. Thank you. Yeah, it is through the subscription that you need these, but as TC says, it's just through the cheapest subscription tier will grant you access to the online championship races, which is what I'm on as well, but I pay it yearly rather than monthly. Well, guys and girls, if you're enjoying the race so far, please do leave a like. Be very much appreciated. That's messy. Silver ranking yesterday. LMU is nice alternative for iRacing. Force feedback and braking takes a moment. Yep, it's a little bit different to iRacing. Let's be proved there. mess it up a little bit. Scruffy lap, lost 6 temps. Yeah, it is always good to have multiple sims to pick and choose from. Jump in and out of whichever one tickles your fancy at the time. And yeah, I've cancelled my iRacing subscription, mainly because I don't really race it apart from the special events, and as Le Mans Ultimate are starting to do larger special events now, I'd rather jump into those and do these than the iRacing ones, even though iRacing does have a bit more variety, and good God, Leon does have some good pace. Hey Graham, how's it going, mate? Oh, Remy's dropped down into P4 now. I'm just gone with the fastest lap. Track temp is doing its increasing thing now to 11.1. Sorry, I didn't really know where I was going with that there, talking about the track temperature. Doing okay, just got back in for the first day at work. Yeah, first day back for me as well today. Wonder how much tyre Leon's got left. Oh, that's someone off. That's an MP2. Super aggressive with the card there. And that chicane. Oh, this is a good lap. Here we go, high 38. I'll look after the tyres, Yorkie. Don't want too much taken out of them. How many splits does this race have? There's 7 splits, I believe. And we are in split 1. Yeah, the daily races tend to have a lot of splits. Oh, Leon's getting held up beautifully here. Oh, that GT3 looked like it made it quite awkward there. Like LMU, you don't have to be as precise as iRacing. I find you have more room for error in LMU. Yeah, probably. I mean, you're still going to get punished if you're not as precise as you should be. But it does feel like there's a bit more grip beyond the limit. LMU is a bit more forgiving in that sense, which I would say is more accurate, because I find iRacing to be really quite punishing. Oh, locked up tyres on both sides there. Right at the beginning of the braking zone on the outside, front right, and then just as we were coming in towards the apex, front left locked. That was pretty horrible. Yeah, his comparison videos are quite good. I disagree with him on some aspects. Yes, I know he is a GT3 driver, but he didn't get into the setups on Le Mans Ultimate, and that, I think, clouds the fair judgment of the car, because obviously he spends a lot of time driving the Mercedes GT3 in real life. He spends a lot of time playing iRacing. That's his go-to sim, so he's got a bit of a natural bias there. And yes, the default setup of the Mercedes may be better on iRacing, as certainly when the Mercedes first came out, it was very, very understeery on a default setup. And if he didn't really play around with it and make adjustments and then try to form an overall opinion on the physics and handling of the car, he may be missing out on the potential of what the car is actually properly capable of. Because at the end of the day, the developers are always going to make the default setups a little bit safer for a wider variety of drivers at various different skill levels. So when he's talking about some of the car behaviours, whilst yes, that may be true of the car on the default setup, making some tweaks could probably quite quickly dial those sort of things out, and I don't think he ever really truly explored that or took it into account when providing his analysis. If I remember correctly off the top of my head. I could be a little bit wrong there. Yes, there is Rackable Mole. There's a place called Ultimate Setup Hub. Sorry, BMW. I should have been a bit more patient and forward-thinking there. Just screwed myself over. Yep, I agree with that, TC. I like iRacings for its diversity and the sheer amount of content that it has. Its live track system is really, really good, or dynamic track, as it is called. It's really, really good, and probably the best out there. The wet weather stuff is the best out there. Oh, Leon's into the pits now. Interesting. We can go one more lap. This could be the deciding factor here, guys. We can have ourselves a good lap here and a slightly shorter pit stop. We could end up inheriting the lead. It'll be interesting to see how close we are coming out the exit of pits. Gap, I think, was about 3.5 to 4 seconds. We need a really good in-lap here. I doubt Leon's going to change tyres. Yeah, he's back out 52 seconds. Can we do it, guys? Can we do it? Need a tap pit entry as well. That was pretty good. Right. Let's do this. Hopefully this strategy of not changing tyres works. Hopefully we can come out in front or very close to Leon here. See how we do. This is going to be close. I think everyone else will be into the pits on this lap as well. How long do the tyres last? I know in 40-minute races you need to change, but people are regularly double or triple stinting in LMU. Yep, they are. Or they can do in the special events. In the special events you can definitely triple stint tyres if the conditions and the track allows for it. This is going to be really close. I think Leon's just going to about hold the lead here. There he goes. So yeah, neither of us changed tyres. Pit stop time was pretty much bang equal in terms of time in the pit lane. So I think it was all about the in-lap and attacking pit entry that has gained us time here. This is close. Gonna be excited for 30 minutes. I do think he has a pace advantage over me, though. I think they're marginally faster, Graham. Usually, I'm quicker than he is, but here this evening he's been showing pace that's faster than mine. They are pretty evenly matched. I'd like to think I'm wow. Again, usually I'm a little bit more consistent than Leon is, but this race he's been a bit more consistent than I have. See if we can close up though. And definitely there will be traffic. That will be a factor. As we can see, GT3 up in front. Leon's within a second of it. Foreboding commentary. I really like pass, please. That did not work out. Even Leon's trying to fight past GT3s as well. Oh, he's lost big. He's lost out big there. No floor damage, so that's not a factor to worry about. Annoying thing is, we're not going to get that Porsche before the chicane. Leon's going to be able to attack the chicane full pelt. No issue. I may have to check up a little bit. We shall see. Nope, we're good. There we go. Officially 30 minutes remaining. Nice. I've not really touched the Porsche. It's not usually a car that I get on well with in most other sims. Come on, ladies and gents. Let's lock in. Give the stream a like. Let's see if we can do this. Don't like having to use first gear there. Struggling to slow the car down a little bit. Come on, turn. Still racing AOR and ACC? Nope. AOR's stopped doing the league races now on ACC. That and I stopped a couple of seasons ago. Is he fuel saving? No, I don't think he is. I believe he'll be full push like myself. Our pit stops were pretty much equal. What happened to Jardier? He was in P3 and then in P2 and now he's not. Oh, Kingston Lee hasn't pitted yet? I mean, he must be doing some serious fuel saving. Yeah, you're right, he hasn't pitted yet. He's going to have to pit soon though. Surely he can't fuel save that much. We've got the track limits points to eat. Got the tyres to eat as well. It is a 1 hour and 40-minute race, yep. Here, GT3 and spun into the gravel after his pit stop. Ah, damn, that sucks. A bit deep there. Or too much curb. Yeah, costly. Especially when Leon nailed it. Oh yeah, I see. He's in P4. Had this similar in iRacing, yeah. It's a bit of an older version, is it? Please don't. Had to try and minimise the time loss there. It cost me big. Yeah, that's the problem with iRacing and having so many tracks and so much content is it's difficult for them to keep up in terms of progress and modernisation of the circuits. Get out of it. That was really frustrating. Road rage, Yorkie. It's just a moment of frustration, just sticking their nose in when I really wish they didn't. It cost us both time. Yeah, iRacing have been doing updates, especially on the NASCAR and IndyCar front. Circuits that are related to those, they've been doing a lot of updates, obviously bringing new tracks as well, but some of the older circuits have been getting some updates too. Oh, Leon's getting held up by GT3. And LMP2 down there inside. Interesting. Got updated rocks and Bathurst. Hopefully they do update the scan on that track. It's one circuit that I do miss. Having moved over onto LMU is Bathurst. Live through that chicane. James, nope, I'm on a single screen. I'm using an ultra-wide monitor though. Got a single 35-inch screen, and then I've got track IR, which, as you can see, allows me to look around the cockpit and all that stuff. No problem, mate. Oh, breathe, breathe, breathe. A little bit too much of that. A little bit too early. But G29, don't know if it's goodwill. Got it like a few years ago, don't race much. It's good enough. That's what I say. If you're not racing all that much, then a G29 is definitely plenty. Can you get more? Certainly. Would I advise going for a double direct drive wheel? Yes, I would. However, if you're not racing all that much, don't waste the money upgrading. Just stick with what you got. As long as you enjoy it, that's the main thing. And you can be plenty fast on G29 as well. You don't need all the fancy gear. Exactly, James. That's the main thing, mate. As I say, if you get into sim racing a bit more and you've got cash laying around spare and you do want a more immersive experience, then yeah, do consider upgrading. to a direct drive wheel and a set of proper load cell pedals. Otherwise, just stick with what you've got for now. Alright, need a refocus because that was very costly. Yeah, I had a Driving Force GT for a long time. Then I went to a T300 and I had that for a long time too. Must have been at least 4 years on each. 4 to 5 years. It's a little bit annoying that we had that little moment there, because we'll be past this GT3 if we hadn't had it. Now struggling to get the car slowed down a little bit. Ah, this is so painful. We need more power. So unless Leon makes a mistake, it's going to be hard to catch up from here. Yep, exactly, door. Does seem like he's got the pace and consistency over me at the moment. Or pretty much has in this whole race, but now he's in and amongst the traffic again. We have gained about a second here on this lap. Hey Johnny, how's it going, mate? He's giving me the inside here. Lovely, thank you. I'll take the tighter line in, but still, I appreciate not fighting that one. Well, Leon's lost a good chunk of time. Second and a half. Mistake that. To use second gear for it. I'm going to get this Porsche right where I don't want to. It's probably as good as I could have made that situation. Thank you very much, Johnny. More LMP2s. A bit more than $100. I think it's like $125 if you don't get it on like a Black Friday deal. Come on, get us before this corner, please. If they will, thank you. Sun glare hiding the apex curb there. Leon having to get aggressive with GT3s. TC. Yeah, that's the problem with iRacing. It's very easy to get sucked into purchasing bits of content that you never actually really race. Please, 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 let us get this BMW before the braking zone. It's tight, but we managed to slip on through. Last 10 minutes, plenty of traffic by the looks of things. Definitely going to be interesting. Oh, there's a lot of risk there. Trying to keep the foot in, bouncing over the curbs. This is annoying because on these laps where we should be gaining time on Leon because he's going through traffic, we're not. Not making the most of the potential here. And that was scruffy as hell. And another time that we're not going to pass the GT3 when I really need to be. Alright, I might have to go into hyper-focus mode here, ladies and gents, so I do apologise if I go quiet, but it could be worth it if we can get the race win. There was dust there, but I think it was the GT3 rather than Leon. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. Feel understeer. Turned it way too soon. I got 1 lap fuel more than I need. That is very true about needing the extra lap in multi-class racing. I'm using pedals. Yeah, for racing like this, paddles is definitely better than sequential shifter. These LMP2s could work into our favour potentially. Because they're all battling. And they're all coming up on Leon now. Too much. Cost us badly. Maybe last lap, I reckon. Time remaining 0. Lead is just coming through the final corner now. So yeah, indeed this is the last lap. Oh, well, there we go, ladies and gents. P2 in the end. Leon gets the race win. Very well deserved, though. He drove an absolutely solid race, and to be fair, I'm really happy with that. Very nice to get on the podium and get a good haul of races points there. Man, oh man, what a good race that was. Good fun trying to chase Leon down. Didn't quite get it, but enjoyable nonetheless. Oh, wee. Well, I'm glad that's over. Imola's not my favourite of circuits, and it's difficult to overtake on. So I'm happy with getting P2 gaining at least one position. And it's going to be a good haul of points as well for the championship. So happy, chappy. All right. Yep, that was a lot of fun. Big love, Leon. Shout out to you, mate. Very well done. Alright, let's go and take a look at the results. All of that stuff. A few bits in the replay as well. I think was it lap 18? No, lap 22, I think. If I remember correctly. Can't remember if anyone else remembers. Way! We are now silver 3. Lovely stuff. Second. Didn't lose to anyone with a lower rank. That's good. So Leon must be a higher rank than myself. Happy with that. Indeed, yes, he is already. Yes, silver 3. So that'll be why. And yeah, 305 points is good. It's quite nice to beat Remy. It was going to be a tough one to overtake, but that mistake that he made into the final set of corners allowed us to slip on through. So we're now P30 overall. Ah, funny enough, right behind Leon, and damn, he's got more points than I do. both done the same races, but he's had better results in both of them. Then again, Le Mans didn't go too well for us. We should have been higher. Wait, Leon? I thought we overtook and beat Leon. Clearly not. Yeah, we need to work up our way through on this, our nationality ranking, but P7, the highest rated of all those drivers who've done 2 rounds. So that's going to put us in good stead at the moment. We'll definitely jump Dennis Pope. We'll jump Tom Watts. We'll jump Ian. We'll jump Matthew. We'll jump Matt. So at the moment I'm in net P2 because there is 1 drop round. So if I take away the worst points of those and just compare the others from what we have at the moment, I'm in net P2, so that's good. But David Gibbons is getting some really nice results there. So the manufacturer's going to be fairly similar. Driver rank. Right, let's go and take a look at the go and take a look at the replay. Thank you for your minute. Cheers, Jensen. I did ask her there. Lap 18, lap 22. Works out to be lap 28, doesn't it? I've got 2. I got the numbers right, just not in the right order. Or pairing them off together. You're welcome, Mowbray Jones. Hope you enjoyed it. You could be wrong. Don't say that. We'll have a look anyway. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. There was a lap. Lap 2 there was an incident. I think lap 22 was the incident that happened, or in and around that sort of period was the incident where Remy got hit behind. Which is the main one that I want to have a look at. And we'll see if we can find out Chardier's incident as well. Door's saying it was lap 28. Okay. Cheers, Johnny. Thank you very much for tuning in. And yes, hope to see you again on Thursday. That is when the next race will be. As we are now back into the normal schedule of things. Obviously, Christmas and New Year's is well and truly done and out the way and all that sort of stuff. I'm hoping to get back onto producing some videos. I doubt there'll be anything this week, but I'm hoping next week, if I spend kind of tomorrow and Wednesday making a video whilst also trying to work on a setup for the car for Thursday. Hopefully I can get something out, but we shall see. Alright. Here we go. Let's take a look at this race start then. Well, this is really cheeky. It feels a little unfair in terms of the positioning here with P4 being right up onto the back of P2. You can just about see them there on the right hand side, so they're pretty much level with us. To explain why they were pretty much ahead when the light actually went green. Yeah, so he's technically ahead of us here. They didn't get a penalty for it. Either way, we did manage to get the position back. I think on the opening lap, so... Yeah, it was here. Thankfully it gave us the room and allowed us to step on through, and everyone just behaving and being sensible, which was really nice to see. So there's no real incidents of drama anywhere along on this. So side by side here. A little bit of contact there. Oh, I don't want to zoom in as well. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, I think it was just a little bit tighter on exit. I was probably a little bit too aggressive getting on the throttle as well. Led to a bit of contact and then second touch. Thankfully it didn't spin us though. It was lap 2. So what happened here? Ah, the guy in front just turned across Schwitz nose. Yeah, he's kind of losing momentum, but he's still kind of there at this point, and this guy in front of him, Gold, has just turned in and gone straight for the apex. Probably expecting him to back out, and yeah, that's not happening. Good save though. Leon had a bit of help in this race. Why? What? What did you do? Was it setup help? Thank you very much, David. Seems like you're running away with the championship at the moment. Yeah, there you go. Thought it might be setup related. I say he was very, very quick and very consistent. Usually I'm a little bit quicker than he is by like a tenth or two. But today, yeah, he just outperformed me. I couldn't really do anything to keep up with him. Obviously, my setup not quite as good as yours, Gibbo. And here's the reminder: can I get access to the media branch, please? Press copies. There we go. Thank you. Ask to speak. Alright, thank you very much. Yeah, you said to wait until everything got back to work and that, and obviously seeing your name there, suddenly remembered I was going to message you on Discord at some point this week. Right, let's see if we can find that incident on, I think it was lap 28. No. It's this lap here. So what exactly happened? Yeah, that's a bit awkward. Oh my god. Oh my god. Illegal overtake, surely. Okay, he's gonna let him back through. Cheers, Gibbo. Much appreciated. Yeah. Oh, okay, maybe it was lap 28 then. There it is. Oh, too much curb and it bounced the car. Yeah, way too much. You want your right tyres on this rated curb, not pretty much over it, because that happens. And there is a big nasty bump on the inside. You can't really see it from here, but it does seem like there's a slight ripple in the curbing here, which certainly bounced and unsettled their car. Well remember, Jensen. You're right, it was lap 28. I didn't think it was because this was showing us like 30 odd seconds at the beginning of lap 28. It's like, that's not right. It's not that far back. Okay, that's pretty unfortunate. Right, let's jump to these. Right. They said it was after the pit stop, so let's see what happened to Jardier. Yep, it's still got him. Still got a few. Oh, that happened. That sucks. Did he just miss this breaking point then? Trying to get down the inside of this guy. I think this guy might have also checked up a little bit more than he was probably anticipating. But yeah, this is all on Jardier. Did that Porsche survive? Good save. Well held, Anodi. And yeah, obviously pushing hard, trying to gain some time on other cars. This guy was fuel saving so hard. So he went really deep into the race. Yeah, there's lifting and coasting. So what lap was it that I actually pitted on? End of lap 39. Yeah, there you go. See, if I was paying a little bit more attention to my race strategy calculator, saying pit lap 38, refill for 18 laps. I pitted on lap 39 and refilled for 18 laps. If I'd taken one lap less, yes, it was only like 2.5 litres difference. That could have been the difference between myself and Leon here being a bit closer at the exit, because the gap is what? I think it's about 2.5, 3 seconds. Yeah, it's about 2.8, 3 seconds here at this point. So if I was a little bit closer, we may have been able to apply a little bit more pressure earlier, being a little bit closer. Maybe the ebbs and flows of the multi-class traffic may have been a little bit different, but of course it's always difficult to get. It's always difficult to kind of judge as to what exactly would have happened in those kind of scenarios. It's very much a what if, but with how everything played out, there's nothing I can really do to keep up with Leon. Did a 38.2 in the first stint and a 38.3 in the second stint. Kept traffic on my fast laps in the first stint. I think, what did I do as my fastest lap? It doesn't, we can't see that. Oh, we can see that. Last 5 average. Oh, no. No, we can't see that. Damn, that's a little bit annoying. I think it was yeah, there you go, 38.8. Well, someone was paying attention, lurking in the background there. Gibbo, don't get how Leon uses more fuel than you. Yeah, I'm another one where I tend to use less fuel than other people. I know I certainly coast through corners a bit more than others, and not quite on and off the pedals as much. And I imagine some people are a little bit more aggressive getting onto the throttle coming out of corners, which probably contributes to them using a little bit more fuel than I do, but otherwise I don't really know why either. A little bit curious to that one. So I've raced with teammates in the past where we've all been pretty much equal on lap time. Yeah, I've been using less fuel than they have. But yeah, that was the hour and 40 minutes of a very, very cold and chilly Imola. Luca, I was in split 1. Split 1 of 7. So yeah, thanks very much for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. Really appreciate you joining us here this evening, and I hope to see you again on Thursday evening. Until then, though, have yourselves a good rest of the week. Look after yourselves, stay safe, and take care. Please leave the live stream a like. You're very much appreciated. Ciao for now.